Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Punishing Gray Raven reaction. So again, keeping with the theme of this past week, I'm going to be listening to the Christmas song N.A.M.E, just name. I've just been on this Christmas Gasha song kind of vibe lately. I just wanted to get through as many as I can. I'll be listening to one from N.A.M.E soon as well. So there's just a bunch I want to get to before the season's too late and New Year hits. So without further ado, let's go.
I used to be an oak tree by the sea. You were like a stray bird, stayed on me.
All right.
Just for a while, the tiny but sparkling memory turned into seasons.
One's a lot slower than the other ones I've heard so far for this season. Playing it much more relaxed. Ooh. All right. Building in. Ooh. Okay, the scale of this one, sorry, it's taking me off guard. This one is definitely the most, like, involved. It's orchestral. The other ones have been mostly electronic and kind of centered on that pop vibe. This is not that.
Red, green, and white, the syncopated tune.
It's kind of interesting hearing a Christmas ballad. It's been a while. Woo. All right. Even the drums are upbeat. Ooh. Honestly, did not expect there to be drums in this song at all. Ooh. This is a very interesting composition. I'm never sure what direction it's going to go in or where they're going to put certain things. An interesting pattern. Building in for that one final time. I'm so intrigued by this. All right. Okay. That was definitely one of the most unique Christmas songs I've heard in a while. Like I had said, hearing a ballad isn't too terribly common with Christmas stuff these days. You get them every once in a while, you know, of course you're going to get a couple, but especially from all the ones I've heard out of this genre, this pocket of games, that's very unique. All the other ones have been much more upbeat, much more Christmassy on intent, and of course with the references in the lyrics of this one, you can obviously run that conclusion it's a Christmas song, not to mention the visuals, but it doesn't feel stereotypically like a Christmas song. There have been a few other ones that have broken that pattern for me, and that's always nice, and I've talked about that a good couple times now, but this one was unique in a completely different direction. Using this interesting structure of the song in its entirety, it didn't feel very like A, B, B, A, just following the usual structure of an average song. The song went in a direction or to a portion that I wasn't anticipating. So I was caught off guard by that, and the choices made there, structurally, it's very unique to me. I can't really place a song I've heard that does this sort of thing in recent memory. A lot of them have been a little bit more standard. And while that's perfectly fine, hearing those unique takes on songs is always a refresher, and it's always really nice to hear it. I think what set this one apart from the other ones, aside from that, is again the pacing, the feel. All the other ones being so energetic and much more upbeat, Christmassy, let's go out and play in the snow and have a good time with our friends and family. This one was very take it back, sit down, I need to talk to you. There was another song from Reverse 1999 that I had listened to that had a family feel to it, and this one didn't have that family feel. It had the relationship feel, like I need to talk to you, my significant other, my partner, about this concern or these feelings I have, and it just hit a different note for me. I like the way that this one presented itself as kind of a love song more than it was a Christmas song for the happy fun time and all the kids say we, it took itself a little bit more maturely, a little bit more seriously. Again, similar with the Reverse 1999 one, where it took itself a little bit more seriously. I appreciate the direction this one took as well. It's not that either one is better than the other. Of course, you're just going to have different goals at the end of the day. I did not anticipate it to be that serious, and then it took itself that way. So I got to respect it. The biggest thing that set this one apart was definitely the approach and the musicality in it. This one had a lot of orchestral parts to it. It had a lot of build, but then not really a huge crescendo. It, of course, did have a payoff to that build, but it was much more subtle. It didn't really knock your socks off. It didn't just blow you away with energy or this big, intense moment. It kind of brought you there and then held that line the whole way through. It's like going like this, and then it, of course, went to the next section of the song, instead of building up and then having this huge explosion that goes even farther up. So this one was a really cool structure, and I just love the way that is. I didn't expect the drums in there, like I had mentioned. I didn't think they were going to go that way, but I kind of like this 80s pop feel of the drums that they put in there, this very ballad feel on the drums, the sound of them as well. But then they just kind of brought them in and then took them away, and I was like, I missed the drums already, but that's my own bias. While the drums were included in that one section and not really in other parts of the song, it worked for that. It kind of supported the section it needed to, and they got out of there. They got out of Dodge and let the rest of the song do its thing. So I think that's a very interesting approach to have that, and not an interesting in a bad way. I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's interesting, but kind of crap. No, that's just legitimately interesting. It's the fact that it's not a common take to have, and I really do appreciate those differences. But I think that's about all I gotta say for this one. It was definitely a surprise for sure, and I'm still trying to fully process what I had heard compared to what I've heard before, but I'm glad this song exists. It's such an interesting approach to a Christmas song, and I haven't heard anything quite like this in a very long time, so I love that about it. But thank you all so very much for watching. If you have any other games you want me to get to before the end of the year, I think I might be crossing it by asking that right now by the time this one goes public, but I will be getting to the N.A.M.E one as well before the end of the year. So if you want to see that, you can follow me and support me and do all that. You know how to do that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!